make no friends in the pits and you take no prisoners. 1 minute you're up $500,000 in soybeans, and the next, boom, your kids don't go to college and they've repossessed your Bentley. Are you with me?
The revolution starts now.
We have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
Turn those machines back on!
And we have to start by building a wall, a big, beautiful, powerful wall.
Show me the money!
You are fake news.
Oh, good for you. And how was it?
I don't know when they decided that they wanted to make a virtue out of selfishness.
If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on Earth.
Because hold that thought, Zachary, because we're live here at LikeEffectRadio.org/studio with the Fifth House. Oh, I
was wondering about that. It's a room mic situation, but hello. There we go.
I forgot to move those towards you. Oopsies.
It's all right.
Yahtzee.
Also, hi. I'm Zach. I host the Untitled show before this. I'm not a member of this band. I'm just here.
Yeah, that. Yeah, that was a dumb moment.
Well, it's all right.
I blame the snow for that one.
I mean, you can blame the snow for a lot of things today.
Yeah, that works. And no, this isn't the rush hour that, sadly, they got snowed out in Ashtabula.
Oh.
And that they can't be here and that. So it's a special edition of my show, The Revolution, and that. How are you guys doing today?
Doing all right.
Okay. So, you guys want to introduce one another, or you want to introduce yourself? See how well you know one another?
There's this Yahoo on the left of me named Wesley, and he's my older brother.
There's this peacock on the right of me named Julia. She's my younger sister.
Got it right this time. We're the Fifth House.
A lot of practice.
I'd like to also say we have Nick and Brandon in Columbus today. Would not make them drive up in this snow or skip class, but they're the other two members of our band, and we love them very much. Wish they could be here, but that's all right. But shout out.
Yeah, that C word every once in a while. Always gets in the way of cool things.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, I know. It sort of happens in that. But the first thing, we'll sort of start off and that, do a question or two, then get you guys playing in that.
All right.
When I ran across your name on Reverb Nation and that, so what's the story behind the name?
Well, it's not the sixth house. It's not the fourth house, as everyone asks. The fifth house is the house of creativity and astrology, and it was originally something a friend came up with, but it got a little bit more of a literal meaning as well when we moved into the fifth house from this one street called Apollo that means the god of music and poetry and art. So I thought that was really cool. It has a double meaning now.
That happened on accident, though. We had that name picked out before we even knew we were moving.
Yeah, exactly, and it just kind of happened that way.
Irony every once in a while for you.
Yeah, took a double meaning, though. I like it. It is both a real house now and an astrological house. Yeah.
Touche. Touche. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's pretty cool. Worked out that way.
Yeah, stand by it like a house of creativity. All right.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, go off of this. So what first got you into music back in the day?
We were just kind of brought up on it.
Way back in the womb, had a banjo in spare time.
Oh.
No. Wesley was first, so I guess.
Well,
How do you fit a banjo in the womb?
You gotta make room for it. I'm sorry.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, we got kind of started early on. Because I remember as early as three or four, my dad would play Johnny Cash and Gordon Lightfoot records around the house.
Don't forget the Beatles.
And the Beatles, yes. I mean, I remember even earlier than that, though. It was mainly them.
Yeah.
And then, there was the Beatles. There was a lot of, just a lot of classic rock, too.
Just a lot of music going on. Yeah.
Fair.
We'd set up a little recording studio, mock studio in our dining room, and hand us a little first act guitar and let us just strum away nonsense with the ABC song, and we'd just sing all day and record. for fun. And
Yeah, I think there was the ABC song, there was Cotton Jenny, and
Puff the Magic
Ring
Dragon.
of Fire, Puff the Magic Dragon. That's another one. There's just whole stacks of CDs of us when we were really young singing that. I remember, yeah.
Not good moments. Or good
Yeah.
moments.
Oh, yeah.
Plenty of good moments.
Plenty of good moments.
Fair enough. Not including everyone out there. You can feel free to chat in and that.
Yeah, say
Online
hi,
and
what's
that.
up?
Yeah, what's up and that. Or you could go and text in at 440-940-6615. Yeah, it's actual call and text in number too.
Oh, that's cool.
And that.
Cool.
Sort of put it out there and that. But now we'll let you guys. What's your first song of choice?
We'll do Sing Together.
Yeah, we'll do Sing Together. This one was a single, and it's also released on our Too Many Dreams EP out there everywhere on the internet. All that good stuff. Spotify, cool. All that. Good to start? All right.
All right.
Inside, are they pushing me along, or they just spent wrong? I wonder where my old friends go. Do they still think of me, or am I just a dark spot lost in their minds? I know we can't go fixing our mistakes, but I know it's not worth wasting all our days, 'cause I still dream where we all sing together, 'cause I still dream where we all sing together. I wish I knew where time went. Where are all those years? I wish I knew that time spent was wasted on raging fear. I wish I had my mind back, but not between my ears, but the one up in the clouds that dreams so loud. I know we can't go fixing our mistakes, but I know it's not worth wasting all our days, 'cause I still dream where we all sing together, 'cause I still dream where we all sing together. wasting all our days. 'Cause I still dream where we all sing together. 'Cause I still dream where we all sing together. I know we can't go fixing all our mistakes, but I know it's not worth wasting all our days. 'Cause I still dream where we all sing together. 'Cause I still dream where we all sing together. 'Cause I still dream where we all sing together.
Very
That was a nice
nice.
touch.
I know we have our own studio crowd hidden someplace.
Yeah.
No one's yet found them.
Oh no.
Is anyone feeding them? They must be
Yeah.
pretty hidden.
Right.
Yeah, they're hidden very well, and we feed them very. Not really we.
Back there.
Yeah, especially because you gotta pay them really well too.
Oh.
Yeah.
To be hidden that well, and that not only your. I'm assuming it's your mother watching and saying hi, guys.
Probably.
Probably.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, especially that you see Mama. So
Yeah.
I would hope, or it's someone impersonating her.
Okay. Scary concept, but okay.
Well, that's occasionally when groups come in. That's what sort of happens. Everyone, every once in a while, goes underneath some random alias, but I doubt that in this case. Just want to put a sun twist on it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's me.
Okay.
So, what was your guys' first instrument that you decided to start playing?
Oh, I think we both started on piano.
Kinda,
And
yeah.
we just branched out from there.
It's piano, and I kind of went on this weird, like, violin and then bass path, and then I sang, and it's kind of a weird path.
Fair.
Yeah. Started on piano when I was like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And then right around 9, I got tired of piano and started guitar.
Fair enough. Not Lucy says hi from C Club. Columbus, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
I never get that right for some weird reason. Always thinking, way too ahead of my words and that.
I get it.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Yeah.
There's multiple things. Snap. But off of that, I'm going to be sort of funny of well, not really funny, but going to sort of make you pick your kids, necessarily. Theoretically, so out of your guys' music, what would be the top 3 songs?
Top 3?
I know.
Ooh. Well, I actually know one of them. Time to Go is actually a really interesting song that I never thought we'd take such a direction. I would say it's very warm and cozy in a way that it's also a distant, scary dream. And a lot of our songs on our EP, Too Many Dreams, have that kind of theme. But Time to Go is okay, there's all these songs that are, talking about dreams, but this one's like a scary, dark walk in the woods at night. It's kind of cold. Maybe the sun comes up, but the problems haven't kind of dissolved yet. It's kind of like a fever dream in a way, I guess. I think that one.
I think the one we just played for you is one of them.
Yeah.
Sing together.
Yeah.
It's got a message we really stand by, where it's, we can always get so easily upset in the moment, cut people out of our lives and stuff, and sometimes it's necessary, but I don't think it's worth just cutting communication with everybody, because it's everyone's just a person trying to do what they're trying to do. We all make mistakes, so at the end of the day, you don't want to cut more people than you have,
Fair enough. That I get it.
Yeah.
It has its time and places and that.
Mm-hmm.
Not including, every once in a while some stuff thinking that cutting someone off is sometimes, if you really think about it for a second, it's really dumb.
Yeah, sometimes I think it gets a little too trendy to say, oh yeah, cut people out of your life. You don't need that kind of negativity. And I get it. There are some people you cannot, if you can't deal with it, it's okay. But I think it can get taken too far, and every little thing just gets in the way. And before you realize, like, you know, you're alone, you've cut ties for no reason. It's like, hey, let's just put that all aside. If you can get a whole room of people singing together, forgetting about every little difference, like, that's a powerful thing.
Very true.
Yeah.
So what would be your third?
I don't know. Something off the new album.
You know, that's what I would say, but then it's like, okay, there's a live aspect when it's like, ooh, it's really fun to play, like, Leave You in the Dark or Moving On, and, you know, the crowd always, like, has a great time jamming with us on that, but then again, the newest stuff is always something we're, like, really proud of. You know, that's kind of how it goes. Every artist is like, oh, check out my new thing, because they're most proud of that, most recently felt it. Ooh. Birdsong, actually. Birdsong is a single that's not on our album yet. Yeah, or not at all, because it was released after the fact, and that one's out on Spotify, iTunes, and it's a very personal change, actually, like acoustic, and differs in sound, but I love it.
I feel it. Hey, Zach, you got a question for him? Since it's sort of your first time that, you know, you were expecting it, I'll sort of, you know, give you something.
I really liked hearing. I really liked the song you just played.
Thank you.
Like, who are your main influences?
David Bowie.
I know that's like really cliche. But...
No, I mean, that's an important thing for every artist. If you had nothing, then I guess you'd have nothing for yourself. So I pull a lot from, like, David Bowie, just in, like, learning to write. I pulled a lot from him. I'll always say that. He's, like, my number one dude. So David Bowie is one of mine for sure.
You probably didn't see that one.
I saw.
Okay.
Little Starman with a saxophone. Wesley?
Well, of course, there's the aforementioned artists I was, you know, introduced to really early on, like Johnny Cash and Gordon Lightfoot and the Beatles. And I still listen to them all very regularly. Mm-hmm. But, you know, like when I first started playing guitar, I was getting into Jimi Hendrix and B.B. King, Eric Clapton. And, I mean, these are all people my dad introduced me to. And he also was just listening to blues a lot at the time when I started. So, like I said, Eric Clapton, Jimi Hendrix, B.B. King, those are some of my biggest early guitar playing influences. And then it's expanded to, well, Led Zeppelin's another big one.
Yeah, same.
Who else?
They're in my top three.
Well, I've also gotten a lot into bluegrass lately, so that's influenced my playing a lot.
Fair.
It's maybe not a lot of people would pick it out, but in the Sing Together solo I just played, there's a lot of what I stole from flat picking almost that goes into it, at least since I play acoustic so much. Yeah. It just kind of turned into that. What else is there? There's well, Black Keys was another one, especially when I'm like trying to produce something to sound a little more up to date, because I listen to a lot of old stuff. Yeah. Black Keys is like one of my biggest guidelines, I guess, for that. So that's another thing.
Ooh. You know, I'd like to say that, you know, I've got, like, all these influences, like, you probably know of, like Bowie, Beatles, Led Zeppelin, but I do have to say lately, I've been listening to a lot of, like, very local artists, like Ohio artists, and, you know, we've done shows with them, that kind of thing. I'm really into, like, Grumpy Plum right now. They're doing a really good job. My friend Leah Mara and the Dreamcatchers, and I just think there's so much music out there that's, like, right here under our noses, and that's easily just as influential to me as all these great bands, because it's a community that you're a part of, and it's like what's happening now, and I think it's important, like, those are influencing me too. So I wanted to say that because I love local music, so gotta support it.
Oh, true. Yeah. And the funny thing, Leah Mara was just here the first week of November. Was it the first or second? I don't
know, but that was around the time of her release. She did a great job too. Her release was really cool.
And that. But I'll sort of run off of your little, not quite cliche of this. So, if you could work with anyone that influences you, whether alive or dead, who would that be?
Oh, man.
I know. I had to be that person.
I'm guessing it's probably Bowie.
You know, I want to say it's Bowie, but at the same time, you know that whole thing about, you know, almost not wanting to, like, get too close to your idols, because it's almost like you don't want to scare away a deer in a way. I don't know. It just, you know, I think about it, and I'm like, I just don't think I could. Like, I think I just gotta... Oof, that's a hard one.
Well, the thing is that if we're talking Bowie here,
Mm-hmm.
I think that we should not only be picking just Bowie in general, but also like a specific era.
Oh, man.
Of Bowie.
There's like 10 different Bowies.
Well,
you gotta
actually,
choose
every
from.
time
That's
someone,
true.
when you do say that though, what immediately goes to my mind is 90s Bowie, because he was extremely open-minded by that point, and he, you know, he was a little not very sober in the 70s, and like that happens, but
Yeah.
I don't want to interfere with that whole thing, and his sound was very locked in. So he was kind of down that one path, but open-minded 90s Bowie. He was already collaborating with like Nine Inch Nails and all that. So I think I'd have to go 90s Bowie. I think that's just like very open-minded. 90s or later. That would be a nice time.
Like Outside, Earth
Yeah.
Lang,
Yes, exactly.
Hours, yeah.
Yep.
Great stuff.
That's what I'd do.
So what do you think?
Oh, this is a tough question.
I know.
And my answer would vary based on, you know, what I'm listening to at the time or what I'm thinking of right now or what I'm doing. And I still am, like, I'm very largely fascinated with, like, how in the 60s and 70s recording techniques were just revolutionized on every aspect you can imagine. And I think I would have liked to have been around, or at the very least, a fly on the wall when you had, like, Pink Floyd or Led Zeppelin or Cream coming up with
Yeah.
all their, you know, really weird techniques that changed the way music sounded. Or
Yeah,
Jimi
there's no
Hendrix as
plug-in
well.
for that stuff.
No,
I mean, there
That's
is
true.
today, but back then, like, I want to see exactly what they're doing because there's no click and drag. So that would be really cool.
Yeah, I'm
Or cleaning it up.
Yeah.
Or adjusting it, yeah, that
Yeah.
easy.
It's like I've gotten so into recording and mixing lately. I think that's where I'm at right now. If I had to work with anyone, it would be on that aspect just because I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
I'll sort of throw a twist to that. If you could perform anyone that idolizes, or no, let me take that back. I'll go with this. So, you guys made it big. You could have anyone open for you. Who would it be?
Oh.
I think.
I know everyone at first is,
No.
wait, what did he say?
You managed to
Question
find
mark?
a harder
I think I
question.
know. I still have to go local. I do, because, like, I have all these giant, like, you know, inspirations and or influences, but I think local, it's like something very near and dear to me right now, like the scene that I'm a part of. Like, I could never just leave that behind. So I think I would be like, hey, Leah Mara, what's up? Or hey, Grumpy Plum. Like, you know, I love local, and I want to always keep that with me. And, you know, I would hope that at that same time, if we're big, they'd be just as big. So, but
Fair enough.
I just love the local community. I'd always want to give those people a chance to say we were on a bigger level. I'd be like, what's up, local people? Come on. Let's have a party. Let's do it.
just host an entire festival of just local Cleveland bands.
Yeah. No, really.
I think I'm kind of with her on that one.
Yeah,
Who I'd
imagine,
pick
like,
in particular. I mean, we've worked in the past. Like, we've done bills with Apostle Jones and Spirit of the Bear. I'd certainly do that with them again as well.
yeah, exactly. Like,
Fair.
if for some reason we actually were, like, bigger, I would still be coming back to local and be like, guys, we got to do this together. That's going to be cool. Like, I just can't leave that behind me. I don't want to leave that behind.
Fair. I know everyone at first, they're sort of, you know, like, wait, what did you say? There's sort of, you know, that disbelief of that. But I'll sort of twist it to this of, from a year from today, where do you want to see you guys as a group be at?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Rich and famous.
Rich and famous.
I'll buy all the guitars.
No.
All of the guitars?
All the guitars.
Even the ones from China?
It depends.
See, hesitation there. I knew that was going
Some
to
of
be
them
there.
are pretty good.
I know. Then it's some that are really bad.
Yeah.
You know,
I've played both.
it's hard because I always end up being too realistic on these questions. Like, well, realistically in a year. But no, like, all the growth that we could possibly have, I would love. And it would just be nice to, like, I don't know, I'm always so opportunist in a way where it's like, well, imagine in a year if we have a little bit more leverage with these venues, we could put together a really cool show, again, with, like, a lot of cool local bands, maybe some touring bands as well. But, you know, I don't know, I just...
Okay,
the community.
okay, I have to go. You guys have been lovely.
All right, have a good day.
I'll be
All
here.
right.
Well, not next week, because next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, next week.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, I gotcha. And that.
It'd just be cool, you know, like being able to put on my own giant show with like 10, 20 bands and just call up all these like amazing bands we've met through the community and the scene. And, you know, it doesn't have to be just Ohio, but I don't know. I like creating the opportunities that I would also want to take and making a scene out of that, you know?
That's interesting. And that. I like that.
Yeah.
How do you expect, besides that, the scene and that, you know, sort of broadening the spectrum and that?
Yeah, I mean, of course I would love, like, you know, a lot of growth and success for the band, which, I mean, I never plan on just, like, that stopping. But I also feel this thing where I don't want to just, if we got big, you know, I wouldn't want to just forget about the local scene. That's just the thing that bothers me, is when someone just, you know, they're no longer just local, so they're regional or touring or national, and that is great for them. It is. But, like, just never forget where you came from. Like, make all the opportunities you can with your leverage for the people that were just in your shoes, or you were just in their shoes, I guess. That's the way to say it. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Then I'll sort of go this basic. Well, sort of basic-ish, isn't it? So, you met someone, they never heard of you guys before. How would you best describe you guys as a group and your sound?
I mean, we usually...
3 words.
Eclectic, electric, impassioned.
Yes.
Fair.
Yeah, that's usually what I do.
Yeah, it is. It's like electric, eclectic, impassioned rock and roll.
I guess that's it in 3 words, but usually it's just a little spiel about how we all have different influences that we kind of funnel into our rock and roll sound.
Yeah.
That branches off when we want to.
Fair enough.
I feel like my point to drive home is always going to be like, there is really good music right under your noses, and just because we're not on like the giant labels and all that, it's like, yep, there is authentic rock and roll right here.
We're always the giant stations.
You know?
And
Whatever it may be.
And that. No, I got you in that.
Yeah. I think it's passion. That's the biggest thing, is like the impassioned part. Like, that's us.
Definitely could tell, listening like your guys' stuff off of Reverb Nation and that. Not only I went over Spotify, the some of that too, and that definitely your guys' sound. I haven't ever seen a other group that could match that necessarily. So you guys are off on that differential uniqueness.
Oh, I appreciate that so much.
In that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it really stood out.
Thank you. That's
on many levels.
It makes me happy to hear.
Well, yeah, that's especially like me going through and that. I couldn't even compare you guys necessarily to any mainstream artists.
I kind of like that, because that's the thing, is I want to find our own pocket, you know?
It's true. It's true. Let's see. So all of our favorite national acts and started out as local, right? Question mark?
Yeah, exactly.
True. Like
That's,
Black Keys and that from Akron.
I know, I love that.
Yeah.
I just love that. I always like... I'm just kind of in disbelief too. Sometimes people don't remember that, and that's just always been my thing, is driving home like the point that there is local music right here in front of you, amazing bands, and that's why I always say with our sound and everything, it's like passionate. Like, we're extremely passionate about what we do, and we take it very seriously. That you know, we mean what we say and what we play, and you know, we want to take it as far as we can.
Fair. Well, you guys want to go for it and play another one for everyone?
Yeah.
Sure.
You want to sing?
Yep. It's a drop D for this one. All right.
This is called Interference.
Been a long time since I had a simple mind, but I'm doing alright, I swear. I just like to think. The more time I spend on my own, the more I can search a dark horizon beyond the scenes right in front of me. I don't care what they do, and they always interfere with me. Still they're asking me what it is you think you see. I can't see clearly the forms and the faces. Maybe the distance decreased as the years cling on. If I said how I'm doing right now, what would I know? It swirls in front of me, I know I'm on my own. If you try to chase answers, a gust of wind as it slips away. It's always old-fashioned, and it never stays. Machine tugs at its blood vessel. The gears are grinding, you wish it well. The horns are sounding like some forgotten name. If I were to answer you, I'd say I feel the same.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I'll sort of roll off of this. So you could go and tour anywhere you want. What would be your dream tour?
Mars.
Yeah.
Jupiter.
Hey, Bowie, what's up?
Venus.
Yeah,
Not
Andromeda
Mercury,
Galaxy.
though. It's too hot there.
Yeah. Going and be melted down, yeah, that's sort of frowned upon just a little.
Yeah.
Honestly?
Well, ideally, all around the country.
Exactly.
Maybe around the world.
Europe.
Yeah.
So had some family in Greece.
Not true.
Yeah. I guess wherever we can go.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a limit. I'm not going to be like, no. I mean, well, Antarctica, like, I really hate the cold. Cleveland's enough for me on that, so, you know.
I can't blame you there.
Mm-hmm.
No,
But that's the cutoff. That's it. Everything else, yeah, I want to go. I want to do it. Just give us a crowd that wants to sing along and dance.
I'll go do Antarctica without you. I like the cold.
Yeah, okay.
It depends. You might second guess that when you're actually there. Just
I don't know.
little.
He likes shoveling the driveway, so that's a whole lot of driveway to shovel.
Yeah, when I look out the window and see a foot of snow, I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah.
People look at me funny whenever I tell them that.
Even with the wet stuff?
Oh, I'm not a fan of wet snow as much as dry snow, but still snow.
Yeah,
Snow
that's
is
where
snow.
I'm at. I
And you
really hate the wet stuff.
But you can throw a better snowball with that.
Yeah.
Or build a snowman.
As long as I don't have to shovel it.
Yeah, it's really heavy when you shovel it.
Yeah. I like how you had to say build a snowman. That's kind of funny. I give you that one.
Yep.
The Elsa thing.
Types of snow for me is just, I don't like snow. Types of snow for me, it's like, I just don't like snow.
Fair enough. Isn't that?
You guys are like, oh, I can do that kind of snow, and that one's better than the other. I'm like, man, I just don't like snow.
I gotcha. So, if you could play any any stage anywhere, where would it be?
One stage in particular?
I pretty much leads me to think back to all of my favorite live albums
Right.
and such. So, thinking like Madison Square Garden,
Wembley.
Fillmore East, Wembley would be cool.
Take it back to Shea Stadium.
Roy Robert Hall. Go back in time before Shea Stadium was gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Red Rocks looks pretty.
Oh, Red Rocks. Yep.
Red
of
Rocks
course. That's
looks cool.
actually number one. We got to do Red Rocks.
It's a lot of people that love Red Rocks.
Oh yeah, warm, nice weather,
yeah.
natural amphitheater. Cool. Bring it on.
Fair. So, I'll roll off of that so you have any upcoming shows in that?
Yeah, we do. We got
Yeah.
February 29th with Leah Mara, actually, at Brothers Lounge. And we're doing a little leap year show. So we're going to be playing from 9 till late, and playing a bunch of covers and originals, and just bringing in that leap year. And we got some stuff in Columbus happening at the Shrunken Head March 7th with actually 3 other bands. Again, Leah Mara, New Modern, and I believe it's pronounced Truss, but it's TRVSS. That is one of the bands that's playing with us.
That's a unique name.
It is. It's all caps, too, so I think it's trying to say Truss with a V instead of a U. Then we got March 14th at Stella's, and we're actually opening for Erie Point, and I think it's Red Brick Road. I want to get that right. So, yeah, we'll be doing an opening slot March 14th at Stella's.
No, I get it every once in a while. Especially, sort of being a mouthful.
Yep.
Especially when you're doing, like, the local music spotlights that we do here. That here and there you have, like, Top Black Hat. They have a song that's named that.
Top Hat Black or Top Black Hat? The band Top?
Yeah, Top
Hat Black. Yes.
Yeah.
Really nice people.
I know. Like, when I was doing the spotlights, it's that, for a second, it's like, wait, I already said the name. And it's like, oh, wait, that's their song.
Oh.
Oops. That sort of mind mess.
It happens.
And the music video soon to be released.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we got a music video coming up. Thank you. We've got music video that we just did for In My Way, which is a song off of Too Many Dreams, that EP. Again, Spotify, iTunes, all the internet stuff everywhere. So that'll be out on YouTube very, very soon, before March. So
Fair
keep your
enough.
eyes peeled. Find it on social media, The Fifth House Band, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Mouse roll of this. So, what is your favorite place to play at?
Man, oh, that's a hard one. I mean,
There's a stairwell at Tri-C that just sounds
it
incredible.
really does. It really does. I like that, but I don't know. I guess I like a nice, like, breezy but summery day and an audience that wants to listen. Like, I'm not super picky about that, I guess.
Yeah, it's wherever there's a good audience. It's
Exactly.
enjoyable.
Yeah.
Although I could do without direct sunlight.
Yeah, no direct sunlight when you're on stage. That can get rough.
No, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
We had a show back in the Pet Crow days. That was our old blues band we were in back in middle school and high school. We played this show. It was like a July 4th show.
It was 110
It was 110,
degrees.
110 degrees or something. It was this little small town 4th of July show. And no one was really watching.
It was too hot. There was like no one
It was
there.
one of those stages that's like a folding trailer stage. And
Yeah.
the way the sun was angled, there's about, I don't know, 15 feet of stage and about 3 feet of shade in the back. Guess where we were standing?
Yeah, up there in the
We were
sun,
hunkered.
yeah.
No, we were hunkered in the shade.
Yeah,
There was a bunch of
hunkered
stage
in the
in front of
shade.
us.
There was like no one at this festival because it was so hot, and the stage facing the sun, and there was just like blacktop reflecting and radiating heat back at us.
And
Oof.
I was sick that day.
Yeah, that was a rough one, but
It
it
was rough.
happens.
Yeah. No, I get it. Yeah, that's not fun.
Mm-mm.
That's like Willoughby, the rib cook-off, and
Oh,
that
we've
was
done that,
down
yeah.
We've
there.
done that one.
Yeah.
It's never been too bad.
Usually
This
the weather's
past-
been pretty mild
The
when we
first
played.
day, it was sort of bad.
Huh.
Just because it was just hot, direct sun.
Yeah.
Except it wasn't like from the performers. It was more like towards the
Oh,
audience.
yeah, because, okay, that makes sense. But I guess we've lucked out with that, too. We've had some
Yeah.
good weather.
Yeah, we played there twice now. Both times we
Yeah.
were fortunate that it was overcast.
Mm-hmm.
You were
Kind
here
of.
the past year.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
I think we were. Were we?
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
The past year, there was actually enough sun that burnt me a little bit, so I had fishnets burned onto my legs because I didn't put on sunscreen,
was
and that
it
was a mistake.
Wait, was that?
It was in May.
It was
2019.
Yeah, it
what?
was in early
Saturday or
May.
Sunday? Which one was
Sunday.
it? Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
that
Sunday.
was the overnight or overcast day. It's the day before I was down there, and that I had sunburned horribly.
There was still enough sun to burn my fishnets onto my legs, so, guess I didn't quite luck out on that one.
That was funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I looked like a mermaid, though.
You had scales.
Yeah, I did.
Nice one. I give you props on that. So, we'll go off of something else So, if you could have, if it's one song of yours that best describes you guys as a group, which would it be?
Sound-wise, oof.
It's gonna be Too Many Dreams.
Yes,
I'm
I was just
thinking.
gonna say that. Sound-wise, Too Many Dreams may be In My Way, but message-wise, I'm like, sing together. Because I love that message, like I was saying earlier, if we rise to the top, we're bringing people with us. Like, if we're having a bad time, we're not going to just snip people out of our lives because we think we should in the moment, that kind of stuff. So message and sound, very different, but...
I really wish we could just say the whole EP because it's
I
got such a
know.
dynamic.
Actually, we do say
But it-
that. That's what we say, the whole EP.
Yeah, it's one song with 6 movements. How about
Yeah,
that? We'll say
go
that.
listen to it. Find it on Spotify and iTunes. Go listen to that
True.
because that is the most recent representation of us.
Yeah. Because it's got a wide enough dynamic range. You got like dancey, almost disco influence to sing together.
Yeah.
You got like heavy rock, In My Way, and Interference, and Too Many Dreams, which is almost like an alternative.
Yeah.
Then you got Carried Away, which is like a slow
Very
groove, which
somber.
almost has elements of country in it because of me. And then there's Time to Go, which I can't even describe, but it's somewhere on the spectrum.
Yeah.
I know. When I listened to that, I couldn't I couldn't even gauge where to put that.
There's a couple of songs here and there that we could like say, some that influenced and some that we discovered later that just are in that same vein. Like there's a few Dan Auerbach songs. What was it? It was off their art. It was the Arcs versus the Inventors.
Oh
Janitor.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was one of them. The one we were listening to on the way here, "Smile" by David Gilmour.
Yep,
that,
I didn't
and that
even
wasn't
know
an
that.
influence,
Yep.
but it kind of it sounds like it's in that same vein, just
Such a good
sound wise.
song.
I had to listen to that.
Yeah, it's off of "On an Island," which was from 2005 or 6, or 7 or 8, sometime in the early 2000s. It's a great album.
But yeah, when I listened to that, if I had put that under a genre, I was sort of lost even in listening to that of where to put that.
That's what I like about it.
Yeah, I kind of like that because
Can't compare it to anything.
Yeah, but I also don't want everything to be, predictable. I don't want every song to start off like, oh, it's going to start off strum and guitar. Like, you don't always know that,
Well, not like you could sort of put the argument of that you're sort of accommodate towards the masses of that you sort of have a variety of ranges of genre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a way that you're, people can't just say, hey, you're alternative or something like that.
I think it's... Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
I was just going to say that I think it's branching out even more now. Since the album, we actually had a member join us, and that's our friend Brandon. And he's bringing a whole other side to this as well with his keyboard and guitar skills. So even more so, there's a lot that he brings to the group. And I don't know, I just love it because it's like I hear things that he does and it blows me away. And I'm like, that's just a whole new angle,
Yeah. So,
Fair enough.
And he's in the Birdsong recording.
Yes, he is actually in the Birdsong.
He is
recording.
recorded in our. He is represented in our discography now.
Oh, I'm so happy about that.
Okay.
He's in the music video as well.
Birdsong's actually an unusual. It's a rare bird. Okay, it's a rare bird in that there's no other instrumentation. Julia's not even playing bass; she's just singing.
A rarity.
And it's the three of us, me, Nick, and Brandon, all playing guitar. We're all playing different inversions of the same chords, so it really fills out. But there's no other. There's nothing else. That's. I guess that's another thing that would also better represent our acoustic side as it is now.
Yeah, a very stripped back and heartfelt song that even when we do an electric show, if we put that in there, we pause and we all come to the front of the stage and like Nick's out from the drum set and there's no one hiding behind a keyboard. It's like everyone lined up in the front of the stage. I have no bass to hide behind.
Gives us a whole different vibe, especially like with you and Nick sitting in the front.
Yeah.
And Brandon and I were playing guitar. Yeah, Nick wasn't playing guitar at that one show. It was in Columbus. But it just has a whole different vibe. I mean, shout out to my girlfriend Caroline. Took a really cool picture of us playing. We looked like a 60s folk band. Like if, you find pictures of the Kingston Trio or Crosby, Stills and Nash.
Yeah.
And there's like two of them singing, two of them playing guitars. It looked like that. Even visually, we have a very different vibe when we're playing that song. I just thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I like that about us.
True. The one thing I was going to touch that you sort of had a very good twist on of sort of leading that way. So how did you guys all meet besides, we know how you guys met?
Birth.
Yeah.
Except we're not twins.
Might as well be.
Pretty close
I was
to.
just very late.
We're like a couple months short of Irish twins.
Yeah. But I guess the story is our friend Nick. We met him in high school.
Well, I met him in middle school.
Yeah, actually, that's very true.
I knew Nick and Brandon both longer than you did.
Not true. I played on the street with Brandon.
Well, so did I.
He was my playmate.
Known him for like 13 or 14 years now.
Okay, so...
Competition. Nerf swords out in the snow.
He met Nick then. You can...
Yeah, we sat together in science class and goofed around most of the time.
That's
jammed
what normally
after
happens.
school a lot.
Yeah, there was that.
We were always like, at least Nick and I, like being the rhythm section of things, even in our school programs, we're always like playing together. And then Brandon lived down the street from us. So that's how we knew Brandon.
Before we were playing together, we were having lightsaber battles and cap gun fights
Hide
in the
and
street.
seek. Yeah.
Hide and seek.
Running around the
gathering
corner.
every toy weapon we could
Get
muster.
your hands on, yeah.
Yep.
No, I feel it. Even the court guns?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't have a cork gun.
Oh, then not the same thing. Oh, nope, cap
Those are
gun.
the ones
We had a cap gun.
Those are the ones you see in gift shops, the cork, and you pull them back and they're like, I can't make the
remember what
noise.
you're talking about.
But without
there.
the strings that you have me, I ended up just snapping him, going cutting it off and that, and yeah.
Oh, I never tried that. Tried a rubber band gun. Yeah, my dad actually had a wooden gun that you'd stick a rubber band around the front and a pencil. You'd pull the pencil out and it would just go flying. It was great.
By the way, they make actually Gatling guns.
Gatling gun. I saw that the other day.
The rubber band
a rubber band
ones?
Gatling gun. I want that. You could load it up with like 100 rubber bands and there's like a little motor on the bottom and it just spins and it's just rapid fire rubber bands. Looks awesome. I want one.
Yeah, rubber band slingshot guns were like a good pastime.
Sort of good childhood.
Yeah. When we moved out of that house, there was rubber bands everywhere.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Probably the owner or now new owners are wondering, why are there all these rubber bands? Question mark.
There's probably a few. There's still a few like either wedged in the ceiling fans or caught in some of the wall lights.
Yep.
I can still remember a few parts in the house where I've like lost things and they're probably still there.
Fair enough. But we'll go. You guys want to play? Then I have a few more questions for you and that. And
okay. All right, we can do one more.
Too Many Dreams?
Well, we can nail another one too after.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the title track then. This is called Too Many Dreams. Once again, all the internet stuff, Spotify, iTunes. If you use Deezer, it's out there too. Deezer, Tidal, whoever uses that, it's out there. But
I didn't even know that.
yeah, I think they're popular in France mainly with Tidal or Deezer. But hey, I'm just saying they're on every platform. This is Too Many Dreams. Too many dreams and they keep bothering me. Never got to leave one behind, stuck in my mind. Never got to talk back, never got to lash out. Just keep the words stuck in my head, drowning instead. Drowning in my mind, in my mind. I'm drowning in my mind, in my mind. Now I watch the streams carry me away as I watch the nightmares play all day. Come and get me, come and get me. There's no other way out, no way out. Drowning in my mind, in my mind. I'm drowning in my mind, and my mind has given me a chance. Took away the clouds, given me someone and I tried to cry. This dream had trapped me, so I couldn't shout. I'm drowning in my mind, in my mind. I'm drowning in my mind, in my mind.
See, we feed them well. Just a little.
Yeah.
You couldn't get that kind of energy if you didn't.
There you go.
Touche. But we'll sort of go of this. So what's that one song that you guys wrote that meant the most to you?
Oh, gosh. See, I don't know if I can pinpoint one, because to me, I'm a very emotional person, and you know, as bad as every, you know, negative emotion might feel, it's like there's such a reason for it. You know, I think a lot of emotions can guide you in life, so for me to choose one, like, oh, well, Sing Together is like the most happy, upbeat, positive message, but everything else I wrote was also out of, or, you know, that we collaborated with too, like, is our emotions going into it, like, lyric-wise and instrumentally, like, there's just so many emotions happening, so I guess it's hard to pinpoint.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So how does the writing process come together for you guys?
That's kind of where I like. It's a little weird right now because, you know, we started off. It was just Wesley and I and someone else that's not in the band anymore. So I had originally wrote like all my own lyrics on my own and just kind of brought them to the table. That kind of happened with Too Many Dreams as well, that album. So there was a little bit of that going on, and we had just brought on our new drummer, but there was a lot of like the music collaboration that, you know, even if it's not the lyrics, like all those parts that like Wesley and Nick wrote, like that really brought the emotion to the song. And now I would say moving forward, there's a lot we're like very open and collaborating with. So it's changing is my point, I guess. You know, it used to just be, here's a song, let's do it, learn it. And now it's more, let's all put our parts together.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. I'm really excited about the collaborations we've got going on.
Which are?
Well, I can't say yet. But the songs
things
we're
in
writing.
work.
Yes, the things
I
we're writing.
gotcha.
Yeah.
I know. Always, every once in a while, I have to be the nosy person because the people out there start thinking the same thing. I know. It sort of happens like that. But we'll go of this. So, you have any big plans for 2020?
I mean, I guess that's a hard question because we're constantly like moving forward, like as far as we possibly can. we do have shows booked out to August. And I guess just a lot of, we always want to create opportunities, so taking that as far as we can go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then stay tuned for that episode off your guys' pages.
All right. Yeah, we got all the social media. Like I said, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. If you find the Fifth House Band on social media, that'll be us. thefifthhouseband.com. Sign up for our email list. Be the first to find out about that stuff. It
turned into a nice spin moment.
Yeah, it's out there. Come and find us.
Yeah.
Then I'll sort of go of, so what would you want to see you guys doing in 5 years from now? I know that's very far perspective.
I would love to be doing shows where, it's not an issue of like booking and having to like explain who you are out of state or something. Just choosing any place, like just a venue. You'll have a crowd because people know your music, just singing along, and you don't have to tell them who you are, that whole thing. That's the goal, is I just want to find an audience that relates to our music and wants to sing and dance as much as we do.
Yeah, and I'd like to hopefully be paying the bills entirely with music
exactly
by then.
Got a lot of realistic goals, but it's just the big dream is just playing with people that, want to hear our stuff.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair. No, and that's many people there like that too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Of just, be able to make the bills and that. Oh, I definitely feel it. So what do you like most of the Cleveland music industry, or scene? I was going to say industry.
Well, no, you're right. It's industry, I guess. Just depends on the aspect. Like, I don't know what to say that I like the most about it, but I love, I'm always going to go back to community is, the biggest thing. It was just insane, when we first moved up here, how we just connected with, 2 people, and that just pretty much opened up this entire network that we know today because everyone knows everyone, and I love that. So that is one of my favorite things, being in the city of rock and roll and people that are all about it, so...
I think I just like the abundance of really cool venues.
Yeah, that too.
Not fair. Yeah. We definitely have some unique ones out there.
Yeah. I mean, even the Rock Hall puts on shows for local bands, so I think that's really cool that, you know, they have that opportunity.
That's true, especially when they complete that new wing. That'll be interesting.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, they're adding on to it.
That's really cool.
Really?
And yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, down underneath, they're putting some wing in. I forgot when I seen that. That was sometime late fall.
Really?
Haven't been there since?
Well, I don't think they actually really started with that yet. I know they sort of released it. But, yeah, they're supposed to be expanding a new, side part that runs right along, the bottom part, linking towards the Science Center.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. It's cool.
It'll be interesting.
Cool.
See what happens with that. So.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite local venue in Cleveland?
Oh, man. Gotta choose. Oh, man.
No.
Here, I'll give you 2.
Mahal's and Beachland.
Ooh, yeah. Those are some cool ones.
But I'd still jam Grog Shop in there as a 3rd.
Yeah, see, it's just hard to choose for me. I don't know, everything's got its purpose, so.
It's certain one, all of them have, I'll sort of go to the best example of many people that are sort of tied in between of, all of them have their positives, whether it's, a sound, crowds.
Oh, yeah.
Etc.
Yeah.
I've always experienced great sound at the Grog Shop, so that's something I love. I love going to a venue that has great sound all the time. So Grog Shop, you guys have always been on top of that.
Then it's, some people, they, the sound guys are, really great at this one. They always have their stuff together. It's
Brothers
all,
Lounge always does,
each
too.
one has its own
Yeah.
perks.
Yeah.
I'd say Brothers Lounge does too.
Yeah, that's true.
Very good sound, yeah.
See, I figure out how to go, and people that are sort of tied in between. Don't worry, you're not the first one.
Yeah.
That sort of, has the mixed feelings of, can't choose one.
I mean, choosing favorites is hard because it's like, I don't know, it's not like I'm going to always do the one favorite one for the rest of my life, too. So then I think about, well, there's so many more things I could do. So I don't know. My brain just goes all over the place. When it comes to narrowing things down, I'm like, I don't know. Why narrow it down?
Well, fair. So what was that one memorable time on stage for you guys?
See, it depends. Positive or negative.
Well, I can only remember all the negative ones.
See, yeah, that's,
we played
that is
this
a little
really
rough.
big blues festival in Sarasota. Like,
Oh.
one of the biggest gigs we ever had. 3 songs in, one of the photographers at the base of the stage holds up a card with some writing on it. It says, "Your zipper is down."
Yahtzee.
Yeah.
It's like me, my not great moment of forgetting to give you or move the mics towards you guys.
It's all right.
Yeah.
That's not so bad. That's fixable.
Yeah, it's not so bad.
Huh?
That's not so bad. That's fixable. You did it. It wasn't
I
like we
know.
went on this whole entire time. No mics.
Yeah.
A lot of good
No, I
moments, too,
feel it.
though. Like, we
Yeah.
played in Yellow Springs
Ooh,
last
that was
fall, and
amazing.
so many people got up and danced through the whole set. and
Amazing time. Beautiful weather.
That's probably one of our favorite things, I'd say.
Yep.
Yeah, and it was great weather, too. It was like warm fall weather.
Yeah, I would have to say
The
like
perfect mix,
Yellow
yeah.
Springs and Love Fest was just like that too.
Yeah,
Love Fest,
Love
people
Fest
got
was
up
just
and
like
danced,
that.
and yeah, those were like some of our absolute favorite festivals. So I think that was like
They were both great.
highlights with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
Well, outside of that, I have no other questions. But you guys want to play out with one more song?
Sure. What will we
Sure.
play?
Yeah.
In my way.
All right.
This is the one with the music video coming
Yeah,
out.
I might as well promote that.
I like it.
Coming out soon. Check out our social media.
Ready?
First I met you, kept you at the sides of my sight. No intentions to make it last. Your ego chanted, join sides and make it right. But we should have seen the flags. Well, you're doing it all for you. Yeah, you're doing it all for you. Who do you think you are? You had nothing from the start. Did you really think you'd need another color? Oh, goes it down now, you're in my way. Forcing lies down the throats of your kids, like old medicine from the shelf. Hoping to revive old dreams for yourself. Don't you know time's passed you by? Well, you don't have a clue. No, you don't have a clue. Who do you think you are? You had nothing from the start. Did you really think you'd need another color? Oh, goes it down now, you're in my way. got your victims on a string, and you're trying to make them dance. Well, too bad for you, you'll never get a chance to keep us for yourself. Well, you don't get to choose. No, you don't get to choose. Who do you think you are? You had nothing from the start. Did you really think you need another color? Oh, go sit down now, you're in my way.
Very nice.
Thank
All right,
you.
thank you.
You guys keep up the good work, and I appreciate you guys coming, especially in this Lake Effects sort of storm.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having
cool
us.
times and that great stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah.